Hello. In this video, I'd like to show you why to use Avenza maps for Brantford Land Trust monitoring, um, how to go about using the maps, and if you stick around for the last minutes, I'll show you some additional Avenza tricks. Um, for 2024, we have all new Avenza maps of our properties in the map store, and they're more accurate and much more detailed than our older maps. So if you have one of the older maps on your phone, we'd still urge you to download and use the new map. Um, what Avenza does is when you have one of the land trust maps downloaded, it shows you the borders of the property. And as you walk the property with your phone, a little blue dot will follow you around or will show you your exact location using GPS. And then you can put down pins like this for particular areas you want to mark. So this is a property I was monitoring a couple of years ago, and I was standing actually across the street from the property, looking down this boundary line. And this is what I saw. It seemed like a new driveway from my prior year's monitoring and the photo I'd taken there. Um, but frankly, without Avenza, I would have assumed that this owner didn't build half their driveway on land trust property. I would have assumed that, oh, the property line must go out here somewhere. Um, but come to find out from Avenza and then reporting it to property management and then um, surveys being done and the town getting involved. Yeah, this is all on land trust property. Um, some little looking around. This is a Google photo from 2011, and you see all our property the way it used to be. Um, so yeah, Venza can be very helpful with showing you the boundaries of the property, so you can see if encroachments or a pile of trash or whatever is on land trust property or on the neighbor's property. It also keeps you from wandering over onto the neighbor's property and trespassing. Um, so aside from um, monitoring the boundaries, Avenza is also very useful in documentation and getting in your report. So this is my report for that very same property in 2022. And you see here under encroachments, I say red pin if Avenza correct, mailbox and corner of driveway is on BLT land, new from photo last year. It also says blue pins, embankment of driveway for number 87. And then I continue down here. And any unsodded area of potential runoff onto BLT wetlands, I suggest Wetlands Authority or someone more knowledgeable than me evaluate potential for runoff, can show them the areas. So what am I talking about there? Well, there's that red pin that I showed you in a previous slide, um, documenting where this problem was. And, here's the photograph I took of the problem at the time. And I've captioned this photo, red pin facing southwest. So we know exactly where we're talking about. As far as those blue pins, they're over here. And I was able to give this to the Wetlands Authority, and they were able to go right to that area and look at it. And it wound up they made the owner give them a giant bond until he cleared up the area that was potentially threatening wetlands. Um, And further down, this is just documentation of an other area of the property. There's not something in particular going on here, but I indicate gray black pin facing south. So if you refer to that, that's this area facing south. And the same with the other pins. So you see, Avenza can help you make a very detailed and well documented report. So that's why we'd like you to use Avenza if it's at all possible for you to. No, thank you. Um, Now I'll go over how to use Avenza. So you start by downloading the Avenza Maps app to your phone. It's available in any app store. Um, Once you do, you'll need to give it permission to use your location when you're using the app. Otherwise, you're really defeating the purpose of the app. Um, so I'm going to go over. This is a property that's actually right near where I live. It's Foot Civil. And I'm going to show you how to download the um, the map for it into your Avenza application. Um, and so this is the email you will have gotten to kick off the monitoring season. You go to that link to the Force Stewards folders. You click where it says Start Here. You look for your property. In this case, we're going to look for this property that John Stewards. You click on the summary notes page. And so this is the QR code that will, um, if you shoot your camera at it, point your camera at it, it'll download the map for this particular property. The map looks like this over to the right there. Um, so here I am shooting a screenshot of my phone as I'm shooting this QR code. So it comes up with this link, and then you click this link. Sometimes if you click too far to the right on the X, it'll sort of dismiss this link. So just click over here where it says Avenza Maps. By the way, if you've not downloaded Avenza Maps to your phone, um, in other words, the application, um, shooting one of these QR codes, they'll first offer you or ask you whether you want to download the app, and then they'll download this particular map. So this is what you get next. You tap download. Sometimes it says free here. All these maps are free. And then open map. And now I'm going to go to mirroring of my phone on my laptop. So, oops. So you'll be doing all this on your phone, and where you see my cursor move, it'll actually be your finger moving on your phone to drag stuff and to click. So I open Avenza Maps. This is that preserve. There's a long list of everything I've already downloaded to my phone. This is that preserve we were talking about. And here's the map. I've zoomed in a little bit. It doesn't show the entire property. And this blue dot, because I am currently um, sitting in my dining room making this video, um, shows me there right near the property. Um, and yeah, interestingly, if I rotate my phone, the top of my phone is now, um, facing this, um, facing to the north, this portion of the property here. If I took my phone and walked to this corner of our parking lot, um, the blue dot would follow me there. So the blue dot shows you where you are. Now, when you're on a property and you want to report an issue or want to document where you've taken a photo, you'll want to set down a pin. And the way to do that is click this pin icon here. But before you do that, I almost made the mistake I make just about every time. The pin will go down where that target is. So you drag the map until the target is on your blue spot, which is where you're standing, and then click the pin. Don't worry about sticking photos in here or naming the place mark. I find it easier just to take a pencil and pen and maybe jot down what a place mark is if I'm doing a lot of them for a particular property. We like you to use a different color pin for each site on the property. So I'm not going to use red here. I just clicked style, and I'm going to pick a orange pin and then submit. And now there's an orange pin where I'm standing, so that even after my blue dot, wanders away somewhere else, that pin is there permanently. You can also put a pin, let's say you viewed the property from this point, but you forgot to put a pin while you were out in the field, and you want to add a pin there. You can stick the cursor there. It might be a little less accurate. Hit pin again. Let's pick a different color. Let's make it a purple pin. Submit. And now there's a purple pin there, while it still shows my orange pin down here. One other thing that's useful, because I often will wind up putting down a pin in the wrong place, is how to get rid of pins. To do that, there's this layer icon down here. You click. Now you can delete the entire layer, which will delete all my pins, which is not usually what you want to do. But you can also click on the layer and say I regret that purple pin. You can delete it and take it off your map. Go back and close. And now you see we just have the orange pin. The purple pin has disappeared. So that's basically it. In 2025, Avenza introduced some pin shortcuts that I'd like to show you. So if you tap and hold the pin icon in the lower right, it gives you this assortment of different pin colors to choose from, and you can just pick one, and it'll put that color down where your cursor is. If the location is off and you want to move it, I'm going to tap and hold that red pin, and now I can move it around to the location I really wanted it at. And then finally, you can tap a pin, and then this screen will come up at the bottom, and over on the right, you can delete that pin. Once you have set all the pins you want to for a property and deleted any ones that you regret putting down, you want to take a screenshot of sort of the entire map of your property. You center it and um, and so forth. And then to take a screenshot on the iPhone, you simultaneously press the display button and the volume up button. Of course, on Android, it's different. It's the power button and the volume down button. Um, and then you download that to your laptop to prepare your report, along with any of the other photos that you've taken on the property. By the way, the report is set up to accept horizontal photos, so try to avoid taking vertical photos. Um, so now you've downloaded your photos to your laptop and are ready to put them in your report. This um, this is the Avenza photo that I just took. Um, it doesn't come labeled as Avenza map. It's whatever my camera labeled it. I've gone back and relabeled it. But anyway, you click this icon. If you click the name, um, it'll sometimes copy the file name rather than copying the actual file itself. And you click just once, and then you copy from your edit screen. And then you go to your report. This is page 3 of the report. You click here in the upper left-hand corner, and from the edit menu, you do paste. And voila, you get a report of you get the Avenza map downloaded to your or included in your report. Several places in the instructions is this figure. It's kind of a cheat sheet for all the steps that I just went through. And then I put this in just as a reminder to again urge anyone who has an old Avenza map of a BLT property on their phone to download the new one for 2024. They're they're more accurate. A lot of mistakes have been taken out, and they're more detailed because of the better technology we have now. So that's the basics that you need to use Avenza for your monitoring. If you want to stick around, I will show you a few other things you can do in Avenza that might be helpful. So I've gone back to mirroring my phone here on this particular property. Um, you can click here and it gives you a whole menu of things that you can do. The one I've found most useful is to click this, record GPS tracks. It'll actually trace a line where you have walked across the property and even off the property. Um, you have to remember to stop it. Otherwise, I've often gotten in the car and driven home, and it's like traced a line all the way home. Um, so that's a useful. That can sometimes be useful if you want to document and trace exactly where you've been on a property. The other thing, now we're in my Maps tab. These are all the maps I've already downloaded to my phone. Um, just to show you another way to get a particular BLT map on your phone, you can click plus and then import maps, and then um, click this icon, and then again it'll allow you to shoot that QR code in the property's summary sheet. So you can do that from inside the app, like I just described, but it also works perfectly well just using the regular camera on your phone. Um, Forget that. The um, other thing you can do to to get a BLT property onto your phone is to go to the app, the map store by clicking this shopping cart down here, and then you can enter BLT and the property number. Click keywords and search for any matches. And here is BLT preserve number 48, right at the top of the list. If you're in the field and you don't know the property number and you want to get it onto your phone, you can type in Brantford BLT. Search for any matches, and then you can, and so this will give you all 71 of our Avenza maps. But if you're standing next to the property, you can search for the closest. And at the top of the list, it's giving the two BLT properties that are closest to where my phone is right now. So that's another way to get a map on your phone if you hadn't had time to set it up at home using your laptop. All right, that's all I have to tell you. Thanks for watching, and good luck using Avenza.